move into show day, during the show and everything like that. So, Mark, when the show's going on, people need to figure out how they're going to get their crates and everything. How do they get the forms over? Are there forms? How does that work?
Well, as far as the empty crates go, the empty crates will have been labeled on the inbound, please. And again, it helps everyone to make sure those empties are labeled quickly when you guys get them done and they're ready to go. During the show, you can go to the service desk and ask for a material handling agreement, and we need to get those filled out. So we have your carrier who is picking up, and also the destination address of where it's going to, and they will help you and provide you with that material handling agreement, and so you can fill it out with a piece count, and they'll also provide you labels so that you can label everything once packed up.
And just one important note on that, a lot of times what happens in the hurry of trying to get packed up and get out of there, those material handling agreements are a lot of times just left in the booth. You need to make sure that once everything's packed up, it's labeled, you fill that material handling agreement out, you return that to the service desk, because that's the only way that we are able to match up your paperwork with the driver, and that allows us to know, okay, you guys are ready, packed up, ready to go, and we can, align that with your truck and dispatch to have everything picked up. So if we don't get that paperwork, then we don't know, that we need you to turn that in and sign off on it so that we can match you up.
And even if I could add to that, sometimes there's been instances where people leave and they put their bill of lading on the freight, and they just leave it there figuring that we'll understand or know who's got to pick it up. But we have to have our material handling agreement signed by you, releasing it to that carrier, okay? Because that's kind of a legality. We have to have that to release it to that carrier. Even though it's explained, we kind of see the bill there, we still have to have that. We have to have a piece count, something to go by, please.
And is it important that they make sure that they're all packed up first before they bring that to you all? Because I know that can cause some headaches for, just so people aren't running back and forth thinking they can drop it off early.
Absolutely, because what happens if you do drop it off too early and it's not packed up and ready to go, we match it up to the truck, and the truck now comes to the dock, and he's taking up a dock space that we could be loading someone else to try to get everyone out of here. And in fact, he gets to the dock and it's not ready. So please wait till it's all packed up before you turn that in.
All right. So Chris, let's get to something a little more fun.
Yeah,
talk about networking that you guys can expect.
We do standard events at each of our shows, and one thing that is becoming a standard is our President's Reception in the SME Zone. That'll take place on Tuesday night. It's an excellent opportunity to meet fellow exhibitors, attendees at that, and there'll be more information as we get closer. That will be on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, we're planning on a big reception next door at the Hyatt Regency. There's still details to be sorted out, but Wednesday night we plan on doing something over there for everyone. We have opportunities to do a lot of things. I know we went through the sponsorship. If we may have a sponsored reception pop up, but we do want to make it as comfortable as possible for you to meet as many people as possible during the course of the event. So we'll continue to offer new and original ideas.
Yeah, and maybe an early reveal, but like to, great place to have a little bit of a pub crawl. So we may have that going on as well in case anyone's into that. So information on that later. So thank you. Now also, Chris, if they need to check email and get things going,
that's in this day and age, everybody likes to stay connected, so there will be complimentary Wi-Fi on the exhibit floor. There is a separate, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Andrea and Melissa, there is a separate outside password for the public areas.
No password, but in the public areas, it's just a free internet on your phone. But if multiple people, because there's only a certain amount of mega bandwidth.
Yeah.
People on it at once, it's still not going to work. So you're still best using your.
Yep, and we'll pass along the information. And this is also part of our marketing. If there's there's a sponsorship opportunity where we can dedicate the splash page to our complimentary Wi-Fi for attendees. But this Wi-Fi is for just checking emails, something that requires low bandwidth. If you're looking to stream video in your booth, or if you require a dedicated bandwidth line, hard drop, there is a service available through Smart City, the internet provider, which will be in the manual. So, and if you're doing any streaming, I would highly recommend doing that instead of relying on the Wi-Fi, the free Wi-Fi.
Great, thank you. And Jeanette, sort of while they're on the show floor during the show, what are the places to get a quick bite or coffee?
Yep. There are concession stands located in each hall that will be open and available during show floor hours. There's also a cafe, if you saw today, open in the promenade lobby as well, for a quick coffee in the morning, grab-and-go sandwiches, things like that. So there are outlets available if you don't order a catering service to have lunch and breakfast.
Great, thank you.
Oh, and I think, and coffee on the show floor and all of that, was that something you wanted me to touch on?
Yeah, well, for our keynotes in the morning, we highly recommend coming to our keynotes on all three of the days. We will have coffee available at the keynotes inside the SME zone.
Exactly, very nice.